pioneers, get ready for Ciara, Byrne of Fast Company. Now, give her another round of applause. And now,
okay, so
it's time to join in.
We're actually way behind schedule this morning, so probably a lot of you in here are not expecting to find yourself in a yoga session, which I think is fantastic because it's absolute beginners are my main target here. So I did a yoga for entrepreneurs workshop at a tech conference in Slovenia a few months ago. And this big burly Slovenian guy who'd never done yoga before came up to me afterwards and he said, "You know something? That was better than a beer." And then he said, "And even better, it cost less than a beer." So I can't guarantee results like this morning, but we'll do our best. My background is as a software developer, so I was a developer for many years and I did lots of tech jobs. But a couple of years ago, I went to a yoga ashram in the north of India, and I spent a month there learning about yoga and how to teach it. And one of the things I realized was that the people who need yoga the most, in other words, people like you here in the audience, probably, are the least likely to do it. So when I came back, my first students were actually tech entrepreneurs who had never done yoga before. So this morning, I'm going to try and tell you a few of the very basic principles of yoga, especially the ones which I think apply very much to people who work in the tech business. And then we're going to do some exercises, breathing exercises and actually yoga postures. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is actually shut off your mobile phones. Shut down your laptops, because this could be the only unplugged 20 minutes you're going to get of the whole Pioneers Festival. So if you want to participate, turn off all your machinery. And then if you can, also take off your shoes, especially if you're wearing high heels. But we'll start sitting down. So the first thing you need to know about yoga is that yoga is about now, whereas the tech business is entirely about the future. It's about what could be rather than what is. And yoga is the opposite of that. So it can be quite challenging for people who work in our business. So the first thing we're going to do is an exercise which is to get you into now, to this moment right now in this room. And it's a breathing exercise, very simple. So what we're going to do is actually breathe into the belly, because most of us breathe into the chest. So I'm going to ask you to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, and close your eyes. So first of all, take a normal inhale, and then a full exhale. And then as you inhale, inhale into the belly. So you let the belly expand in all directions, and you can feel that against your hand. And then as you exhale, you just relax it back towards the spine. So inhale, expand in all directions. Exhale, fall back towards the spine. Inhale, expand in all directions. Exhale, fall back towards the spine. Inhale, expand in all directions. Exhale, fall back towards the spine. And then just continue to do that in your own breath. So as you inhale, expand in all directions. And as you exhale, fall back towards the spine. And just continue to do that for a minute or two, following your own breath. And if your mind wanders off somewhere else, that's quite normal. You just come back to your breath again. And on your next inhale, expand in all directions. And as you exhale, the belly falls back towards the spine. And we'll do one more minute. So inhale, expand the belly in all directions. Exhale, fall back towards the spine. And we do a few more breaths. And then take your final exhale and open your eyes. So the reason that gets you back into the now is that because when you're concentrating on your current inhale or your current exhale, there is nowhere else you can be except right here in your body where you are right now. You're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the future. So that's the first principle of yoga I want to get across. The second one is that people have an idea that it's about fitness, that it's some kind of, weird Indian fitness regime, whereas in fact it's more a mental practice than a physical practice. So we use physical techniques, but the purpose of yoga is to calm the fluctuations of the mind. So the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, who's the great thinker of yoga, one of his first sayings is yoga calms the fluctuations of the mind. But the way we calm the fluctuations of the mind is through physical techniques, so things like breathing or things like yoga postures. So now we're going to go through a sequence of very simple yoga postures. You're going to start by sitting down. So my chair is not the best for this, so I'm going to stand up. But the first one we'll do sitting down. But every motion that we take is going to be coordinated with the breath. And this is really what turns yoga into a meditation in motion, and it's what makes it different from just going to an exercise class. So we'll start with simple cat-cow, so I'll show you from the side. So here, on the inhale, we're going to arch the spine, and then the chest is going up towards the sky, and your tailbone is going up. And then as you exhale, you pull in on the belly, and you make an arch like a cat. So you inhale, and you can do this as you're sitting down. So inhale, arch, and then exhale, pull in on the belly. Inhale, look up, exhale, pull in, inhale, look up, and then exhale, pull in. This is really good for the flexibility of the spine. So inhale, look up, exhale, pull in, and then come back to the center. Next exercise we're going to do is for the side. So in the style of yoga I teach, we try and move the spine in all directions in every session. So even though we only have 20 minutes this morning, I'm going to try and do that also here. So the next posture is that as you inhale, you bring your left arm up. Actually, we'll get people to stand up for this one. So you stand with your feet hip-width apart, and your weight in all four corners of the feet, so you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back, you're really right in the center. The legs are very strong, so you're pulling up on the muscles on your legs. And then on your next inhale, bring up your left arm, hand is on the hip, and then on your exhale, lean over to the right. And then as you inhale, you try and stretch from here the whole way up to the tips of the fingers. And as you exhale, you just stay where you are. Inhale, stretch a little bit further. Exhale, stay where you are. And then on the next inhale, you come back in. This is really good for expelling old carbon dioxide from the lungs. So we do the same on the other side. So inhale up with the right. And then exhale, lean over. Inhale, you're stretching from here the whole way up to the tips of the fingers. Exhale, stay where you are. One more inhale, really, really stretch a bit further. Exhale, stay where you are, and then inhale. Come back. Next one is a twist. So we're going to open the arms out to the side with the palms up to the ceiling. So try and make yourself as big as you possibly can. Shoulders are down. Your same hip width apart, legs are really strong, and you're really stretching yourself out. Then take a big inhale. And as you exhale, twist to the right. But it's only the arms and the torso that are going, not the hips. The hips stay forward. And then inhale, come back to the middle. And then exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, back to the middle. And then exhale to the other side. Inhale back to the middle. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to the middle. Exhale to the right. And this time we're going to stay here for a breath. So inhale, exhale, and then come back to the center. Same in the other side. So in fact, inhale in the middle, exhale to the left. Then inhale, make yourself really, really tall. Exhale, twist a little bit further, and then come back to the center, and then the arms come down. And then the final posture I'm going to do this morning is one of my teacher's favorite ones. Actually, I have two more. So I'll show you first. This is called Utkatasana. So first of all, you inhale, bring your arms up as high as you can, but keeping your shoulders down. And then as you exhale, you just sit as if you're sitting in a chair. So inhale, stretch up the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, try and come a little bit further into the knees. And then we stay here for 10 minutes. This is my teacher's favorite posture, so we actually did stay here for a long time. But I won't do that to you this morning. So inhale, stretch. Exhale, sit a little bit further. Inhale, stretch. Exhale a little bit, sit a little bit further, and then come back up. So yoga is actually a lot about, because it's really a mental practice, it's about creating psychological states from physical states. So when we're doing a posture like this one, you feel very expansive, and you're breathing really well. So you can actually use postures like this if you're feeling a bit down or you need a bit of energy. Whereas the next one we're going to do is a more calming posture. So again, we start with the feet hip-width apart, legs really strong. You're pulling up on all these muscles, tailbone slightly down. And then all we do is just hang forward. If you have low blood pressure or fluctuating blood pressure, be careful with this one, so only stay for a couple of breaths. Otherwise, we just hang here for a while. Keep the legs really strong, so you're pulling up on all these muscles in your thighs, but otherwise the upper body is completely relaxed. And as you inhale, think about the crown of your head going towards the ground. And as you exhale, just relax into the posture. Inhale, crown of the head is going towards the ground. Exhale, relax into the posture. Inhale, stretching through the crown of the head towards the ground. Exhale, just relax. A couple of more breaths. So inhale, stretch towards the ground. Exhale, relax. And final breath, inhale, stretching. Exhale, relax. And then on your next in-breath, come up very slowly with the head last. So you start with the lower spine, middle spine, upper spine. Then, okay, so that was your yoga postures for the morning. My last thing I want to get across is my teacher used to say that yoga is very simple. It's about being who you really are, which is simple but not easy. And one of the best ways to achieve that is actually through meditation. So you can sit down again, and we're going to do a very simple meditation. Again, using the breath. So all we're going to do is I'm going to count to 4 for each inhale and count to 4 for each exhale. Because again, this brings you into the now again. So if you close your eyes, sit up straight in your chair, have the feet flat on the ground, which I can't do in this chair, but you can out there. And then close your eyes, take a normal inhale, normal exhale, and then inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And now continue, but count in your head. So you're counting up to 4 in your head. And then exhale, count to 4. Inhale and count. Exhale and count. And then keep counting to 4 in your inhale and counting to 4 in your exhale, and we'll just keep going like that for a couple of minutes. And if you start forgetting what you're supposed to be doing and thinking about what you have to do for the day, just come back to the breath again and start counting. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And one more minute. Few more breaths. Just come back to your breathing and your counting. Last inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. And then you can open your eyes. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do this morning is, people have the idea as well that yoga is really serious, because people often look quite solemn when they're doing it. But the teachers that I had in India were actually very light-hearted people who were always making jokes and stuff. So I'm going to get you to do something that you'll feel a bit stupid doing probably this morning, but it is actually a real yoga posture. It's called lion pose. So if you can stand up again, and I'll demonstrate to you first. So the lion is the king of the jungle, right? Totally fearless, doesn't care what anybody else thinks. And how the posture works is, as you inhale, you stretch up as high as you can, and then as you exhale, you go. So you make your eyes as big as you can, you bring the tongue out as much as you can, and you go. All right, let's do that together. So inhale, up, and then. One more time, inhale, up. And last time for luck, inhale, stretch up, and then. And that was your yoga for entrepreneurs. Thank you very much. And have a fantastic rest of the day.